Hey guys and gals, this is Bloggy with the Broken Legion of Gamers, and this is the inaugural episode of Painting Time with Bloggy. And in this video, we're going to do one of two things. We're going to do two things. A, we're going to base coat and shade the miniature for the painting competition that I'm in. And two, we're going to use the budget painting system that I picked up from Walmart, Michael's, the dollar store, and Amazon, and we're going to see how it holds up. As you can see, I've already got the dollar store cups filled with water, and I've got the dollar store shot glasses marked for the two tones that the two Army Painter tones I'm going to be using, because I'm going to save these and use them whenever I'm using those tones. So this is something that's going to stay from the budget painting system. There's going to be a few things staying from the budget painting system that I'm going to continue to use. Now, we've got the Michael's under $1 palette. I'm scrapping this only in the interest of saving space, because it takes up a lot of space on the painted surface. I've got these two GW palettes that are designed for my paint station that just slot right into the recesses over here in the painting station. And we're going to use those because that just frees up a lot of space. But these are going to stand in for the $1 palette. Even though I like the $1 palette a lot more, that's something that may also stay from the budget painting system. The only three things that I actually see being upgraded, the only two things actually that I see being upgraded is these paint cups for the actual Citadel, these water cups for the actual Citadel water cup, and this for the Citadel handle. Like, this works real good, and it gets the job done. Just this handle is very comfortable in your hand. But for the interest of this painting video, we're going to use that. And I'm actually only going to add 2 paintbrushes to this system, just because these are the only 2 brushes, the first 2 brushes that I'd recommend picking up beyond the Walmart paintbrush set. And let's start getting those let's start getting these out of the packaging and on the paint station. I only recommend, after a few painting sessions, picking up 2 brushes beyond this system. One, and this one might be used in this video, is the Army Painter, the Psycho brush. Because look at how now let's find these. Look at that tip, how small that tip is compared to the tip on the... Actually, we're not using the Psycho brush. We're going to stick with the 5-0 because I'm just comparing these side by side. They're the same size. So scrap that. Stick with the budget Amazon paintbrushes. And then beyond this, the only brush I'd recommend picking up beyond this is the Citadel small dry brush. And I believe that's one of Citadel's cheaper brushes. Actually, I'm going to put these over here so I can put them, so they're out of the way in the interest of saving space. And I'll put them by size this way. This way I can see what sizes they are when I go to grab them. Okay. Just give me a second to organize the paintbrushes, because here at the Broken Legion Gamers, we are oh so organized and oh so prepared for our videos. 20. And then this brush is a 6. Okay, so we pretty much have our brushes. Organized. We've got our water cups, our wash cups, our palettes, our miniature, and our paints. Here is a tip. You're going to see my coffee cup over there. Whenever you're painting, use a closed travel mug, because if you don't, it's only inevitable that you will one day drink paint water. I know for some people, they see that as a rite of passage of a painter. I'm not one of those people. I actually like, when I go for a sip of coffee, to get coffee in. And I'm also going to go into the list of paints I'm using for today. I think this should be all of them. I may have to go into my paint collection if there's any that I forgot, but this should be all of them. Now, you're going to see that I've got 5 Citadel paints, 1 Citadel wash, 1 Army Painter paint, and 1 and 2 Army Painter shades. Now, the 5 Citadel paints that I have is, for this project, it's an Ork. So, Wild Flesh, Steel Legion Drab. This I'm going to be using for the leather straps. Like, you'll see the leather strap here, his belt. I basically covered up the leather straps with the armor. But also, I'm going to paint his boots brown. Yeah, we're going with brown boots. This is still feeling a little tacky, but it's dry enough to paint. So we're going to start painting, because this is a painting video and a painting tutorial. And some of the reds. Okay, now I also have Citadel base Mephiston. These are all bases, the paints that I got. Citadel Mephiston Red, Lead Belcher, because he's carrying a gun, so I need Lead Belcher, and Abaddon Black. This is going to be for parts of his armored gauntlet. His armored gauntlet is going to be red and black, a combination of the colored metals. And the paint that I have from the Army Painter is good old plate mail metal. I'm going to be using that for basically for the blade of his chopper. That's going to be plate metal. That's going to be plate mail metal. And I can't think of anywhere else I'm going to use plate mail metal. Oh, I'm probably going to hit this up with plate mail metal, and then maybe make that little bit. Maybe hit this up. We'll figure out what's going to be plate mail metal. That's probably going to be plate mail metal. The helmet, I'm probably going to go black on the helmet. And, well, let's just get going, and then we'll see, because we're almost 10 minutes into this video. This is going to be a long video as it is, because it's a painting video. And, yeah. Now, first things first, we're going to start off. It's an Ork. We're going to paint his flesh green. So, we're going to grab the number 2 brush. Now, another thing of advice I have for new painters. You're going to want a nice, clean, sturdy surface. Before I started the video, I actually washed my painting station, washed these palettes. This way, it was nice and clean. I live in a house with a cat, with black fur. There's black cat hair everywhere. I washed this painting station, and there's already black fur all over the place. Okay, I think this, check out the inside of this pot. I think this pot's almost seen the end of its run. This is an older pot. Oh, cardinal sin. Okay, this way you see what I'm doing. I'm cleaning off my brush because I got the paint all the way up to the metal part of the brush. You never want to do that. But I'm cleaning off the brush anyway because when you water down your paint, this is why I have two. Okay, this is why I have two water cups, because I want a clean cup. Okay, this is watered down. Water it down a little bit more. Water it down a little bit more. Okay. Probably watered it down too much. Okay. Now we're going to start with right there. Yeah, I watered it down too much. We're going to paint all over here in green, and then we'll go through and pick out the teeth and eyes later. I'm probably going to pay for that later. And later we're going to come back with a bigger brush, with a smaller brush for the tighter areas. Now remember, as Duncan from the Games Workshop, formerly of the Games Workshop YouTube channel, always said, 2 thin coats. Okay, right now, since we can be a little sloppy with this, because this is the very early stages, and we can come back in. We're going to have plenty of time to clean up any messes we make. Right now, this is just about blocking out the colors. Okay. Let's get these little orklings. Let's paint them up in wild flesh, because these guys are going to be a very integral part of the base. And when you're painting low on the base, if you get some paint on the base, it's no big deal. In my case, I'm just going to be covering up with basing material. Anyways, so yeah. Let's get the whole Orkling painted in wild flesh. And then this little Orkling all in wild flesh. Because after this, we're going to switch to a smaller brush. We're going to switch to a smaller brush, and we're going to get the tighter spots with the wild flesh, like the neck, the upper and lower part of the neck, and yeah. No. Am I doing that on camera? Probably not. Yeah. Always remember this. Oh. He went flying. Okay, and then get that right there. Okay, now we're going to switch over to we're going to clean this brush. When you're done with your brush for new painters, whenever you're done with your brush, don't just put it down with paint on it. Clean it up. Clean it up, dry it off, get its point back, and then move on to your different brush. I'm gonna try it with the 00 brush, the 20 brush. Yeah, that. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna go with the top of the neck right here. It's not a big spot, and I actually got it on the shirt, and we're going to get the base of the neck right here. Now, let it be known that these 00 brushes, they don't hold that much paint. So you're constantly reapplying paint. Now, the arm I decided to use, because of all this armor, you don't have that much skin. That's one of the reasons why I chose it, because sometimes painting the flesh on these green skins can be time consuming and tedious. Okay, that looks like the first coat of wild flesh is done for this orc. Now we're gonna move on to the black, because the black is an area that takes up a lot of space, that has a lot of spatial coverage on this orc, and that's because the black is the pants. But it's also going to be the easiest to paint because it's the blockiest. So we're going to grab the Abaddon Black, give it a real good shake. Okay. Okay, that should be more than enough black for our first coat of black. Clean off the brush. Okay. Get all the black out of the brush. Water down the black. And then let's then clean off the brush, because You never want paint up by the metal part of the brush. You only want it by the tip of the brush. Okay, so first things first. Oh, fuck. I did not mean to get brown on the strap, and sorry about the cursing. I tried to have a clean mouth with you guys and gals. I don't want to be cursing like a sailor on video. And that's just personal choice. That's not trying to keep the channel family friendly, because yes, if you guys want to watch my videos with your kids, I want you guys to be able to, but then again, sometimes I slip with the F-bombs and all that. Okay, we watered down this black way too much. We're going to add some more black to that to thicken it up a little bit. Doesn't hurt to add paint, to watered down paint to thicken it up. Actually, I like that texture a heck of a lot more now. Okay, let's clean the brush off. Let's get some black paint on the tip of this brush and see if we can... Yeah, that's better. I may have to let this dry to fix it. Yeah, because I pretty much turned that black into a wash. So let's go. Let's get the helmet. Oddly enough, there's a few colors that need very little watering down. And one of them is certain companies' blacks. Oh, I missed a spot of his flesh. Okay, we're gonna... Okay, there's the helmet. Okay, and now we're going to pick out a couple spots on this gauntlet right here to paint black. This piece right here. Working on the gauntlet. Okay. Then we'll get this piece right here. Okay. Still going, still going. Okay. And then this right here. Okay, and now we're also going to get part of the axe handles. Now that's going to be this metal part that holds the axe in place. We'll get this up in black because these guys are going to be painting. When I do my Sons of Gork, these guys are going to be painting up everything in red and black and just terrorizing everything they can. Okay. Okay. The black was an extreme disaster. Oh, I'm going to need Xandri dust. Oh, I forgot about that skull. We'll get that when the time comes. And I'm also going to need Xandri dust for the orc teeth. Okay, is there anywhere else that I want black? No, so we're going to move on to the lead belcher, give the black some time to dry before we move on to the red, because the red's going to be touching the black, and good old lead belcher. And I just got some lead belcher right on my thumb. No biggie. Okay, let's clean off this brush, make sure all the black's off it, no cross-contamination. Okay. What parts of the gun? And hopefully I didn't thin down this lead belcher too much. Now, last cleaning of the brush before we move on to painting the lead belcher. And for the lead belcher, because it's such a small area, think I'm going to move to my one brush. Yeah. Okay. And we're painting the gun. Now, I'm not liking this brush at all. This one brush. Because its point is crap. So this is definitely a brush that I'd recommend replacing early and fast. Yeah, it's really hard to work with, and this is, for most people, this would probably be a staple size to have. The one brush. So yeah. Okay. Oh, I forgot about that spot in black. Okay, and that's okay. Now let's get a coat of black on the two parts of the gun that I want black. And you'll see why in a little bit. Okay, one thing that I'm going to tell you guys. Don't water down Abaddon Black. It is a pain in the ass to work with when it's watered down. We have to come back over that. Okay. Now maybe it'll be able to keep its tip a lot better. Okay, now what color should we move on to? And I also forgot brass. Oh, weapons bronze. So We're going to move on to the Steel Legion drab. Now, I don't think it's that these paints shouldn't be watered down. I think I water them down too much. Yes, I am self-aware of when I make screw-ups. Okay? Oh, this is... Or it's because my paint is too old. We're going to get another brown. We'll get the Xandri dust, and we will get... You know what? Forget that brown. No, I have a cut. Flash. Xandri dust, right? We're gonna make his boots tan. We're gonna make, yeah. And we might be taking a break in a little bit. That looks a lot better. Let's see how this one works. If I don't water it down. Okay, that's working a lot better. Yeah, that's working a lot better. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that sneeze. And that's turning out a lot better. Now we'll probably go in, make the bottom of his boot right there, the sole of his boot black later on, and you'll see that there's two metal caps on the front of the boot. We'll probably come back in, and when we do the plate mail metal, and we'll probably make that metal, but this is actually working out really good, the Xandri dust. I'm glad that brown didn't work. Okay, remember, 2 thin coats. And this paint, because it's probably so old, I don't paint much, but I have a tendency of buying a lot of paints because I have projects that get started and never move forward. This is that I've got a pretty eclectic collection of paint, and a lot of it's old, probably dried out, probably unusable, so this is going to be a fun painting competition. This is going to show me what I have to replace. Okay, now we've got a strap right there. We're going to use a smaller brush for that because it's right near. Now his belt's going to be brown too. So brown's going to, the Xandria dust is going to get its use. It's going to flex its muscles and... Okay, let's move to the 00. And we'll just... Okay, that looks like hell, but whatever. There's one strap for the armor. Oh, fuck. 2 straps for the armor. Yeah, that's all for the Xandria dust. I grabbed way too much of the Xandria dust. Because, oh. Actually, what I should do is... What I should do is grab some wire flesh before that totally dries. And get that part of the neck right there. Is there any? Yep, right there. I should have painted this in sub assemblies. I really should have. It's not too late. I could. How much pain in the perk would that be to? Yeah, no. Oh no. You stay right. You know what? Well, no, this guy's ain't good, but you know what, guys? I'm gonna call that for part 1. That looks like shit, but we are going to definitely. We got 2 weeks. We're gonna work on this, and we're gonna get this guy painted up nicely. Maybe I should figure out what to do with this guy because I am. Yeah, I've got other stuff I gotta do today, but we got paint on plastic. That's what's important. And also today I did the priming, so this guy's probably got about, I spent the first 10 minutes of this video talking. This guy's probably got about 45 minutes of work put into him today. So I'm calling this a break. Maybe I'll come back later and do a little bit more painting. You guys know the drill. Support local wargaming here at the channel. We support Toy Wiz in Nanuet, New York, on Route 59, right across the street from the Dunkin' Donuts. That's where this guy's can be on display in a couple of weeks. If I don't do another part to this video today, You guys have a nice day and enjoy the rest of your weekend.